So hey folks, how's it going? Off-Grid 406, formerly Handyman 406 here. And if you'd just like to immediately roundhouse kick that like button and drop kick the subscribe button, I would appreciate that. That is only if you like my video, so keep watching. I got something cool for you guys. Check this puppy out, man. So this is one of my corded tools. And you know, I guess when I say I leave things out in the rain, this is what I mean. And because I don't leave all my tools out in the rain. I mean, I'm just trying to say that you can kind of abuse these things and they're still okay. This is a table saw that I've had for a hell of a long time. The only thing really wrong with it is this floppy ass crap right here. If I were to take some plywood, I turned this thing on one time and there was a damn wasp nest. People are like, well, yeah, I mean, Ryobi's okay, but if you were a real contractor, you'd have like, you know, Milwaukee or something. Let me show you something. What's that look like? That's an old Milwaukee, huh? I've had some tools. See there? Old Milwaukee ankle grinder. Still works. In fact, look how old this thing is. I got no complaints. One of these days it's going to shock the fire out of me. So if you will look, that is a Ryobi router. I think this bit belongs to a friend of mine. Need to get it back to him because he's been asking for it. He's like, where's my bit? And I'm like, it's in my stuff. So these are one of my all-time favorite tools. This here is Ryobi. Let me just find a spot to put that. Look at that. I don't keep this one in the rain, although maybe I should. It's a little dirty. But this is a hand plane. I bought it, or it's a power plane, excuse me. Bought it sometime back. I've probably had that for 15 or 20 years, I think. And it holds up, you know, holds up pretty good. Can't seem to find them now, but I do have the 12 volt Milwaukee crap. So here's a couple more Milwaukee tools. Just to show you all that I've owned a few of these. Burned a bunch of them up too. And I've owned Makita. Okay, are you guys satisfied now? Oh, looky here. Look at there. I was doing some metal frame stud framing metal. I love this tool. This thing is the bomb. Check this out. Who does that? I really haven't had any complaints with this thing. It's pretty cool. Look at this. I found it. You know where this thing was? You don't even want to know. All I can say is, this is a cool light, man. Check it out. So, if we pop a battery in here, yeah, I wasn't able to get this thing going last time. You guys will have to check out my first video. I detail all these Ryobi tools, and the trick with this is you just can't be nice to it. When I first bought this, like the switch was like, you just barely like breathe on it and it would come on, and the thing just driving down the road and rattling it would come on automatically, you know, and it was kind of annoying. So I always had to make sure and keep my battery out of it, which was fine. I was okay with that, you know. And a lot of times, I don't know if you guys experience this or not, but you'll be driving along and you hear this buzzing noise and you'd be like, oh my gosh, what is that buzzing noise? And suddenly you realize that one of your drills has rattled around, you know, and has depressed the trigger, you know, in the back of your truck, and it's just going like that, and it annoys you. And you're usually on the freeway when this happens. So I try to make a point of it, take my bet. Anyways, I'm getting off point here. See right there? You hear it? It's just like Newton's law, man. So, all right, so let's get this light going. And then anyway, so I was saying this thing was like super sensitive, and then gradually over time, I had to, there it is. Look at that. Yeah, still works. This baby's like 4 years old. And you know, what I usually do is I just make sure the battery's charged fully, which this one ain't. And then I'll turn it on. It'll last for hours. I just leave it on. Even if I got to go to lunch, I don't want to go through that again. So to turn it off, you just pull the battery. Oh, see, I clicked it twice. Because the first click will turn them both on, the second click will turn this on, the third click will turn this on. Give me a break. What do you need that for? But it is pretty cool. You can close it and then it gives like 360 lighting. Ouch. I hurt my elbow the other day. Oh. Somebody left me out in the rain. I got a little creaky. My point of this whole Ryobi video is just to tell you, look, these tools are very much for contractors. You see this right here? This ain't the most powerful impact in the world, but it gets the job done. And as a matter of fact, 2 Makitas, yeah, that's right, I said it, 2 Makitas were burned up trying to put backer board on the Yosemite Lodge. You can check all that stuff out. We were having to put a ton of this backer board on for the masons to come in and put their rock on, right? They burned up 2 Makitas. I mean, within like 3 or 4 months of just solid, just slamming screws, right? And it wasn't easy screws. It was like through backer board and into these screws had to be about that long, you know? Just and they're getting hot and you're throwing another battery in there and you keep slamming, and throw it on the lift and kick it around and somebody's water bottle spills on it. And anyways, they died. And I've killed a couple of Makitas myself, but that's a different story. That was up in Big Sky. But this, the guy's like, anybody has an impact? Does anybody have an impact? And of course, he's not asking me because he knows I have Ryobi. And I'm like, dude, just take my Ryobi. Quit being a... So he takes my Ryobi and he's saying, no, I'll burn this up by the end of the day. This thing lasted him all the rest of the year. All right. 2 months, 2 Makitas, all the rest of the year. Slamming screws. He's a believer in Ryobi now. So if you guys say these aren't contractor grade tools, you're insulting me. You're hurting my little feelings. No, you're not, because I don't have an ego left anymore. I don't care about my ego. My ego went bye-bye. Let me see, how old was I? The year 2000. Yeah. Everybody wants to look cool on a job site. And that's all great. But the important thing is just getting the job done, and I've come to realize that. What you need is a DeWalt. Well, you know, I got DeWalts. I got lots of DeWalts. Oh well. I got that DeWalt, I got this DeWalt. I got DeWalts coming out of my ears. I guess if you got a ton of money, buy Milwaukee. Be my guest. I own all kinds of Milwaukee tools. You know, DeWalt's pretty good. I mean, they're all good nowadays. I don't think there's anything wrong with any of the brands. Some are flashier than others. I mean, these guys show up on the job site with these fest tools. That's what cracks me up. I'm a contractor. Look at this. I got my truck, I got my dog, I got my fest tool. That's why you should hire me. And I'm like, well, hire that nut. I don't even want the job. In fact, I don't even want to be here. I would rather be anywhere else but here. And with that attitude, they usually hire me. You know what makes me happy? Puppies. Puppies make me happy. Chickens, little baby chickens, the little cheeps, they make me happy. You have to build character. This is an important part. You know how you build character? You get behind a shovel and you sweat and it gets in your eyes and your sun burns your skin and it tortures you, and then the boss comes up and yells at you and says, you suck. Yeah, you can't be on the baba no more. You got to let the baba go. Don't let your friends catch you sucking your thumb, because that's going to set you up for some character building. by sucking canal water. Eat some breakfast.